Hi everyone, it's Dee McNair and we're on location in the Creekmore area at Christian Faith Center and highlighting the Timberlake family. So you make sure you pull your seat on up and put the recliner back because we're going to have a good time today learning about the great family, the Timberlake family. Hello everyone, I'm going to be a little serious today. No, that's a lot, but I'm going to pretend to be. I'm going to say to you all in a more professional tone, as if I'm a TV host, because I am. Welcome everyone to the Dee McNair on the Air Show. You are watching me on TV, like you didn't know that, but I've got a whole entourage around me. I wish. So let's do it like I always do it. Hi everybody, welcome to the Dee McNair on the Air Show. I have a host of guests hanging out with me. It's the Timberlake family. And as a matter of fact, let's just do it. I'm Dee.
Hi, I'm Chris Timberlake.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Kendra.
I'm Don.
And I'm Gloria.
And I'm Chris. And I'm Kendra. And I'm Don. And I'm Gloria. Oh, I wish I could be all of those things. Because this entourage that's allowing me to hang out with them, they've got talents, they've got gifts, they've got surprises. And you like to play games, don't you?
Oh, I love playing games.
Well, we know you like to win. You like to play games?
I love winning.
All right, family, do you guys down here like to play games?
We
Yes.
love to play games. We
Yes.
love to win.
They're a little calm about it. Us group back here, not only do we like to play games, we like to win. And one of our favorite games is Family Feud.
Yes.
So, have you gotten teased now? Hang out with me. It's time for the show and the Timberlake family. And we're going to talk about a lot of things, but we're going to close it out talking about Family Feud. Welcome, everyone. Chris, we like to have fun playing games, but I don't mean no harm. Some people like to win so bad.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about you, though.
Okay.
I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
Some people like to win so bad, they can't play by themselves.
No.
They have to get the whole hoop, the whole family up in it.
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't be a Timberlake like you, though, would it?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it could possibly be. Very
Well,
possible.
now, Gloria, you're a Timberlake
I am.
by blood,
I am.
but you wouldn't be that way too, would you?
No.
Okay. Let me name this way. Now, Jordan, I know how it is when you're young. We're talking about games now. You can be on Dee's side for this game that we're going to pretend we're going to play, right? Okay, I can see where you stand on that. All right, Kendra dear, my writer, who writes not just sadness but happy things, and you want Dee to be happy, don't you want Dee to be happy?
I want Dee to be very happy.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so happy to have a man in the room.
Yay.
Yes, we're so happy to have a man in the room.
Yes.
Don, welcome. And we're just going to say you're going to go whichever way Kendra does. We know. So for those who haven't figured out, they're a little closer than the rest of us. It's not because their deodorant's working and ours isn't. It's because they're married. So Don and Kendra are married, so don't be surprised by his hand sliding or any little bugs you see. The rest of us are wearing deodorant. We're okay too. It's just those two are married and we're going to let them do what they do. So I'm going to play a game.
All right.
So I want to do this show a little different. I like interviewing people. I'm going to play a game.
I'm gonna play a
So
game.
Chris, if I told you that I had a really good idea to start a business,
Okay.
and I'm a nonprofit,
Okay.
I made it through that application, but I didn't get approved the first time for
Okay.
a 501c3.
Okay.
If you don't know what that is, guys, Google it. But I need some help.
Okay.
But I heard there was this place called VIP Consultants.
Yes.
Consultants. Help me with that word.
VIP consultants.
Okay. Now, hypothetically,
Okay.
that would belong to you,
Yes.
Chris Timberlake Jones. But it isn't hypothetical, is it?
No,
It's
it's
real.
real.
So I, as an individual
Okay.
who wants to start a nonprofit, I've had my application denied because I didn't read the instructions as well as I thought.
Right.
I didn't reach out and consult anybody like I should have.
Right.
And I don't even have a board.
Okay.
I could call you for that.
You sure can.
So in this game, tell me if this was a real game of me trying to become a nonprofit, what are the talents you could bring to the table for me?
Well, one of my passions is I love to win. So what we would do is get together and we would sit down and find out what your passions are and what your desire is and what were you trying to accomplish the first go round with the nonprofit. And then what I would look at is to see If there's anything that you may have missed, sometimes it could be something so simple. Sometimes we'll need to start from the very beginning again. But it takes a lot of patience. If someone is willing to do the work, I'm always willing to help. And then
she tried to make me believe that she's gonna help me.
Yeah.
When she knows I ain't gonna do nothing to work, I'm gonna pay her.
Oh, well, that can work too. But because it's a passion of yours, obviously it's something that you wanted to establish and see complete, then I'm going to work alongside you to make sure that your dreams and your passions are taken care of and done.
Okay, so I think I won in this game because we're talking about a real game. I'm making a joke of it, but life is a real game. And part of what I want you to know about the Timberlake family, they have lived life. They have seen the challenges of life. They have faced life head on. They faced life sometimes sitting down, sometimes standing up, but they never got knocked down and stayed down. I want you to creatively, and hopefully with a little laughter, learn today that the Timberlake family represents what you can do. It represents where you can go and where you don't stop. This family hasn't stopped. So as I go through this game, you're going to hear me asking each individual some questions or chatting with them. But this is real information. VIP Consultants is for real. VIP Consultants is successful, and they can help you be successful. But there are challenges along the way. And so, Chris, with that, I would say that one of the challenges the Timberlake family has faced is losing more than one member, but someone that was very dear to you.
Yes,
very dear to really all of us. And that was the founding bishop of Christian Faith Center in Creekmore, North Carolina. But you're the CEO of Christian Faith Center. And so you work alongside all of the different entities, the school, the daycare, the ministry, the outreaches, and you are that strategic head, that financial mind, that organizational piece that's leading the Christian Faith Center family, congregation, the children, the students, the
and of course all of us can attest to having trials and tribulations and different things that come up and circumstances that could have hindered us or could have stopped us. But I think together as a unit, we've always been able to take that tragedy or that circumstance and propel us forward. So yes, absolutely. My father, he and my mother, Bishop Pastor Brenda Timberlake, they started Christian Faith Center, and it was my passion. And since he passed in 2002. But I want to see the ministry to continue to flourish, continue to grow, continue to have community aspects and different things to bring everybody together.
And you're doing that.
Well, thank you so much.
You're doing that. And she does it with a smile. So we're trying to be poised because there's so much information I want you all to get and to write down. So as you look across the bottom of your screen, you're going to see how you can contact the Timberlake family. I know I speak for each of you all here today that we are all open because the whole goal, you know I say this on my show all the time, it's not about you and it's not about me. It is all about the we, and we are so much stronger together. So please make sure that you have a dream, you have a vision, but don't let it just die and dry up. There are people, not just us, there are so many people out here wanting to help you. So with that, Chris, I was talking about challenges and how we overcome them. And Gloria, you've overcome some challenges. As part of the Timberlake family, as part of, hey, you and I are always, as part of life. As they say, girl, life. What is that saying? Life happens. I ain't put the bumper sticker up because, well, I don't like putting that on my car. But let's just be real. But life happens. But Gloria, you were affected as well by her father passing, but there's been other things that's happened. And as a person who's a professional, who's creative, because a lot of people don't realize the talents that are in this Timberlake family, and one that you have is you are an artist, you are a creator, you are a sculptor, not only in your mind that's able to bring it to vision that others can not only see it but touch it. I love that your artifacts, your creative works are touchable. But then you've got children. You've raised those children. No disrespect to anyone, but let's just be real. You have. You pay those bills by being that professional in the healthcare arena. And I believe your specialty is in clinical trials, but being in the healthcare arena. But you had to overcome challenges. So what pushed you through?
I think the thing that pushed me through is that I did have 3 children as a single parent, and I didn't want them to see me fail. I know they saw me, I guess, my son, children will tell you how they see things. And he said to him, it was like I sucked up a lot. You have to just do what you have to do to raise your babies. I'm serious.
Amen.
They have to eat. And mine grew like wildfire. So you have to have clothes on, and their feet was bigger than the heads. And they have to wear shoes. But I was blessed to be able to create things with my hands. And you said earlier today it was visual joy. And it gave me joy to do it. A lot of times we didn't have a whole lot of food on the table, but we had laughter and conversation, and I don't think they realized how much food they didn't have. So, but my father, out of 8 kids, I was the only one that he got the name.
Oh.
And my name is Gloria Paula. And just this year, I finally got my little bootstraps up enough to put that name out in the air.
All right.
It's on
McNair
Instagram.
on the air. That's what we do. Put these prophetic things in the air. Yes.
Gloria Paula, a fair flare. And for decades, I won't say how old I am, but for decades, I have been creating joy for other people. And it gives me joy to do it. And I don't care, you might think you were the lowest of the low on the pole, but it's always somebody that you can do something for that would make them happy and bring them joy, to help them celebrate their life.
Because we've talked about the name Mac. There's a Mac Senior and a Mac Junior, and both of these men, Timberlake men, have left a legacy in the land.
Yeah.
And Mac Timberlake Senior is no longer with us, but he is with us. Because you see it in his children and his children's children and his grandchildren. You see the Gloria Paula going on and on.
Right.
And sometimes in the midst of tragedy, that's when we pull up our bootstraps, right, Gloria? And we step out now. And now social media has an opportunity to tag you before they can't touch you. Now, us ladies in the back. And for those who are not here with us, we are out on location. I have the honor of being at one of the Mac Timberlake Jr. facilities. Mac and Brenda Timberlake started Christian Faith Center. We're hanging out, so you may get a chance to see people darting by us and having a good time, because this ministry is in the community. There is a daycare, there is a school, there are outreach ministries, there's a food pantry, there's furniture. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I diverse because I don't need it, but I want it. There are so many things in our food ministries, and there's educational and wisdom room, and there's a Bible college, and I'm sitting in the cafe, and I've got to go get me something to eat before I leave this site. So if you see a lot of people moving around, you hear a lot of background noise, guys, it's because Dee's having a good time hanging out. Now, ladies, we've touched on Mac, we've touched on Brenda, but Don,
yes,
I'm going to give the man the floor. Take the floor. Take the floor,
yes.
Young man. There was a time that you were tested beyond Mac Jr., your former, pastor, the founder here of Christian Faith Center,
Yes.
who was your brother.
Yes.
You stood through that. You held the family together along with your siblings, along with Brenda Timberlake, who is the founding pastor here with us, still serving in the ministry. We know that Tim Timberlake is the senior pastor, but you are one of the ordained ministers, not only in this ministry, but in the world, okay? In the world. I say okay because you're too humble sometimes, so I'm just, one, you don't put chest out, we'll put chest out. But you faced a tragedy when Mac Timberlake Sr. passed, but also your mother has passed. And so if you would share with us her full name, because I want people to know that the Timberlake family, we're not talking about negative, guys. What I want you to understand is you think you've been hit and knocked down once. You think you've been attacked once. You think that, oh my goodness, it could never get any worse than this. What I want you to know is it doesn't get worse, you get stronger.
Yes.
And when you get stronger, the enemy wants to come hard. But no weapon formed against you shall or will prosper. What has began in you, it has to be completed. And Don, you began as a baseball player, not just the son of Mac Timberlake Sr. and the brother of Mac Timberlake Jr., but you began as a baseball player. You went on through life. You are an operations manager, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a minister, you're a singer. But you were, hit pretty hard to lose a brother, but then you lost your father, and then you also, in the midst of that, had lost your mother prior to that. Tell us, what motivates you in this game of life? Because I started off making a joke, but I want people to know this is serious. What motivates you in this game of life?
Well, being the youngest of 8 kids, I got to experience.
Goodness, the biggest and the youngest. Just saying.
I got to experience a lot of things, not just what I went through, but seeing my siblings, the challenges they had to go through, and then God really set it up to where I could also serve my brother, Bishop Mac Timberlake, and then before my father passed, I got to serve him, and also serve my mother before she passed. And the quality of time that I spent with them mold and shape me for whatever life will throw at you. And to see them, what they went through, and keep the right attitude and keep pushing forward. They always told us to go for excellence, and whatever you do it with everything you got, and don't worry about the people, because God will bless you if you continue to do what you're supposed to be doing. And so what I see in my life, God allowed me to go to the professional realm in order to get the qualities that it takes for a professional to be a professional elite athlete, to use it for life and for ministry. And what I learned the most out of this whole thing, you're not fulfilled by the things that you can do, but the things you can do for others. And so what I see more than anything is, if you want a good quality of life, learn to make things happen for other people. And all the other things that you don't.
We're not joking, guys. Amen.
Because I've had the money, I've seen the fame, I've seen all of that, but you're not fulfilled. It never fulfills you. God made us to be a family. We are the family of God. And we talking about the Timberlake family, but what's unique about that, we learned about how God made us a family. And we take that same love that he had for us, and we share it around to our siblings, our nephews, our nieces. We teach them what real love is all about. And that's what makes this family is all about. And the real love, first you must love God. And whatever you do it in the love of God, and that you will represent him well. And so I see that with life, no matter what challenges you face, no matter what opportunities you have, as long as you're doing it for the love of God and to help others, God always blesses, and he brings you through whatever you have to go through.
It's true. It's true. Now, guys, it is an opportunity to be able to watch us, but we're sitting here and our amens are leaping in our spirit, because I have watched this family. I've watched this family show so much love. I've watched this family feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give shelter to the homeless, lead so many to salvation. But even when those wouldn't come in, the Timberlake family went out. And that's what Mac did. And that's what Brenda does, and that's what Tim does. Tim, the senior pastor here, that's what you do, Chris, and Gloria, and Don, and Kendra, and Jordan. All of us are trying to show you that my little cliche of it's not about you and it's not about me, it's all about the we. It's laying down your own agenda sometimes to recognize a higher calling is on your life, and you can achieve it, and you can do it without strife. Dee loves to rhyme, and that's what I tell people. That's my way of having joy. I don't look for a way to do it. I just try to be a willing vessel, and you guys are willing vessels. And your mom's name, John, so that everyone, because we want to honor everyone today. And so if you've got someone you want to honor, let Dee know. I'm always open to trying to do my part in the community, but please tell everyone again your mom's full name.
Yes, my mom was Virginia May Rogers Timberlake.
Ooh.
And we called her Jenny, and she was a pistol. But she was really, the prophetic anointing, it come from my mom. And she would tell us what we would do in life and where we can go. And those things that she told us, we grab hold to it, and we seeing it come to pass even today.
Ooh, I think some genius in you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think so.
See, I got an amen on that one too.
Oh.
And it's a good thing. Because you know what? I'll tell you what, if it's dead in your house, you better find your spunk.
Yes.
We are joined together. That's why you need a positive and a negative, so that when you touch, you get you get some power. That's what we're talking about. Now, Jordan.
Yes, we know.
I don't want you to feel like you are being ignored. No, she said, yes, ma'am, and I consider that an honor. Because so often, those of us who get the ma'ams and the sirs, we forget that out of the mouths of babes. And you prophetically picked up on that Jenny spirit, because I heard you say today, yesterday, I heard you say a month ago, a year ago, you like a party. And we're not talking about a party. There's no party like a Holy Ghost party. There's no party like a destiny party. There's no party like knowing who you are, where you're going, and if I ain't too sure, don't you worry, I'm going to get there. Jordan, am I right? You're going to get there.
Right.
She's getting there. But as an event planner, as a social media guru, how did that evolve to be what it is? Because you were affected as a member of the Timberlake family by losing an uncle, losing, a grandfather, losing a grandmother, watching your parents. Because for those who don't recognize the resemblance, we have Jordan sitting here right by her parents. And matter of fact, if you were watching the show some time ago, I was talking about a youth pastor who was saying, parents, have dinner with your kids. You need to sit at the table, because when you do, you get the Timberlake family. I know you guys all have always sat at the table together. But Jordan, how did all these trials and tribulations that the world thought they were, and thought maybe it'd take the Timberlake family out, but you watched your parents, you watched the rest of the Timberlake family survive it. How did that help evolve you to where you are and where you're going?
Well, I think in all of that tragedy or different trials that we went through, we always celebrated. We always got together. We always had fun. We always played games. There was always laughter. So talking more about my event planning, I always love to have fun. And I think I really did get that from my family, because since I was little, I've always been having big parties, big celebrations. All the family would get together, and we have a huge family. So it'll be so many people at granddad and grandma's house just playing and laughing and having games. So I think that was instilled within me at an early age. So within my career, I make sure that everyone's having fun, that you don't have any worries, because I'm behind the scenes planning your event, making sure your event is flawless, so you can enjoy your time with your family and friends.
We're working the word, so cast your cares not only on the Lord, if you've got an event, cast your cares on Jordan Timberlake, all right, cast your cares. That's why, hey, hook up, connect with all of us, but if you got that kind of care, cast it on Jordan, okay? As a matter of fact, tag you it, girl, tag you it.
Sweet Jordy Events.
Sweet Jordy Events. Come say it again,
Sweet Jordy Events.
Sweet Jordy
I'm on
Events.
Instagram.
Okay, let's see if we can, listen. Sweet Jordy Events, your turn.
Sweet Jordy Events.
You try it.
Can I say hers or can I say mine?
You can try yours.
Gloria Paula, Affair Flair.
Oh,
That's a tongue twister. Say that again.
Gloria Paula, Affair Flair.
Okay, I'm a little mad. Hold on, let me try.
Let.
Gloria Paula, Affair.
Yes,
Yeah. Now wait a minute. VIP consultants. Should I get down and bow because I'm in front of water?
No.
So let's try.
All right.
So
let's try Sweet Jordy Events, and then Gloria Paula at Affair Flair. Or you can find out about each and every one of us and our different events coming up at the Timberlake family.
And when you find out about them and then you want to do it, just going to reach out to VIP consultants.
Yes.
That's what you do. I can say that one. That one I can say because I'm sitting beside the VIP consultant, so I can do that. Kendra, you have not been forgotten. Because nothing in the Timberlake family is last. It's a full enclosed circle.
Yes.
Love goes round and round, arm in arm, strengthening one another. And Kendra, you get to tell the stories. I know you might be a project manager, but girl, you get to tell the stories as a writer who has got a pen that flows with unlimited ink. So how did all of this, affect you? Because the Timberlake family, whether you marry into it, you're born into it, it's a family. We don't talk about blood. If there's a Timberlake in your name somewhere, you are a Timberlake. If you are a member of the ministry, you're a Timberlake. If your child went to school at Christian Faith Center, you're a Timberlake. So Kendra,
that's right.
How did all of this wind up going to that pen for you and writing and telling all these wonderful, wonderful stories?
Yeah, and I do have lots of stories about them. I want to tell one of them just because it's on my mind, and one that I've loved to write about is because you're right, Dee. We really, as a family, and I married into the family, but I never felt like an in-law or an outlaw, because my mother-in-law, she embraced us all. In fact, one of the things that she said to some of us, as our sisters-in-law, she said that all of these girls, I feel like I have bore them. And so she was an amazing person, and I just really, one of the things that I've written about her is a really wonderful time when we were, gosh, we had just gotten married. I think it was our first year of marriage, I believe. And it was Dawn's birthday, and Dawn didn't get a birthday present, but I did on Dawn's birthday. I sure did.
Guys, thank you for hanging out with Dee McNair on the air.
Thank you.
It's been a blast. And it's time, Jordan, isn't it time? It's time to party.
Yeah.
There's food around Dee, beverages. So, you know, Don, I would have you sing it, but I tell you what, matter of fact, I might do this to Don. So, we're going to try something. We're going to try to end the show a little different. So, Dee always says, it's not about you, and it's not about me. It's all about the we. And we're going to put Don on the spot because he sat here with all of us women. We're going to give him his light to shine. Don, whatever it is, it can be sweet and romantic to your baby. It can be to our Lord. It can be to the audience. Why don't you give us a little teaser as we get ready to take this show on out?
It's not about you, and it's not about me, but it's all about we.
And we are so much stronger together. Love you guys. Tune in next week for the Dee McNair on the Air Show.
Hey,
I'm Gloria.
Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Kendra.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Don, and we are
The Timberlake Family.
I knew you wouldn't forget, but I just had to remind you one more time. Yes, the Timberlakes. There is a lot more to the Timberlakes. They've been in the headlines, as you can see. There are 5 reasons, more than that, to watch Family Feud, and the Timberlakes is one of them. That's right, they were on Family Feud. And Dee McNair has a scoop. Yes, a scoop. So stay tuned to the Dee McNair on the Air Show and learn more about the Timberlakes and their journey to Family Feud. Virginia R. Timberlake, yes, she's a part of it. And you want to hear, you want to learn, and you want to be enriched by knowing about Virginia Timberlake. So stay tuned for the Timberlakes on the Dee McNair on the Air Show and their journey to Family Feud. Thought that was it? Nah. There's got to be some credits, guys. So special thanks to the Timberlake family and all of those contributing to this footage. And be sure again to tune in. And remember, it's not about you and it's not about me. It's all about the we.